You're watching Wall Street Confidential, topping financials headlines. Goldman Sachs, the earnings report, beating expectations, $3.23 a share. Now, we thought we were headed in for a massacre given yesterday's news. Bear Stearns, of course. We can't really trust the financials anymore, or can we? Jim?
I think that there's a major change that happened that we have to recognize. Actually, there's a bunch of changes that has occurred in the last 48 hours, and most of them are very positive. And the first one is that you can trust a financial as far as when it comes to a bank run, because the Federal Reserve basically said, listen, we'll make you whole. It's like an FDIC for brokers, which we've never had before. Goldman Sachs in particular, and when you listen to the conference call, impressed me as really having a pretty decent quarter. Now, obviously, when you thought they were going to earn 6 and they earned 3, all they're really doing is earning better than the most recently reduced. But what I thought was more important was the emphasis by David Vinner, the CFO, how many times he said that they have the best liquidity they've ever had. They really sold a lot of bad stuff. Now, one of the things that's happened is that nobody believes anybody. And Goldman Sachs was basically saying, okay, look, you can believe us because we have cash. And I think that's really important because Goldman actually bought back stock this quarter. There has been a tremendous issuance of stock among the brokers, and suddenly here's or common stock or preferred, and here's a firm that actually bought stock, which signifies great confidence. 50% of the business is overseas, so it's not nearly as bad as people think. Lots of people were short the stock, feeling that, or short the XLF, the basket, the ETF basket, in part because they just felt that, well, Goldman will report a so-so number and it just will keep going down because it trades at 1.8 times book. Now we know that book actually increased in value, didn't decrease in value. You could argue that it's soft book at 90, a hard book at 82, that this thing deserves to sell at roughly a little more than 2 times book, where it is right now. And when you couple in the short squeeze, then you can see why the stock went up very big.
What's your confidence level for Lehman? Because they also beat expectations. They also have an overseas exposure.
I like the Lehman call. I mean, remember, what people were worried about, this is why I say things changed in the last 40 hours. People were worried about a run on the bank, that people would take their accounts away from Lehman as they did from Bear. It's pretty clear that they went to Goldman, a lot of these people. Goldman didn't talk about that, but you can get a sense that the prime brokerages, they picked up a lot of business. Now that there's no run, now that you know that the Federal Reserve will merge Lehman with someone over the weekend and they're going to preserve all the hedge funds that are there, why take your money out of Lehman? Why not have more than just, I mean, remember, one of the reasons why people had money with Goldman and Lehman and Bear is that's just kind of like the diversified, they want to keep it diversified just in case something bad happens. There'll be a lot of money flowing back to Lehman now after this quarter, and Dick Fold had a story on Bloomberg. There's a story on Bloomberg about Dick Fold this weekend saying, listen, I'm not going to let this happen this time. And well, then there were a lot of stories in the paper on Monday saying it is going to happen, and there certainly was the rumor was that they had to go this week. You can only imagine how so many people had bets against Lehman, and the bets aren't paying off.
So then, Jim, just to be clear, if Lehman were to hit a rough patch, then the government would likely step in and have Lehman either merge with another company or have it be bought out.
Absolutely. There will most likely not be a rough patch. But I am saying that those who have their money in Lehman shouldn't worry. It's over. You don't have to worry about a thing. It's fine.
All right, Jim. Now you gave me a couple of reasons to be positive here. We're going to continue the conversation in another video. Thanks to Jim Cramer. Stay tuned for more of Wall Street Confidential.
That's your action point. Take advantage of it.